Valera versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Watch your back.
I don't think I really want Bran on turn 3. It does contest tempo mage minions pretty well. But I think I want some stronger options. Man, if I just pick up the Ethereal Peddler, I'm set. I'm set. Look at all these sick discounts I'm gonna get.
Let the pain speak to me.
There's no way for me to prevent that guy from drawing 2. I guess Swashbuckler into Frostbolt. But that's pretty unlikely. Can't really go for that.
So many options.
But Swashbuckler Huckster might be the best play here anyway. But also just Burgle. I think I like the Swashbuckler Huckster play a little bit better. Sometimes I get Frostbolt and it's like the nuts. Gives him something to run his Acolyte into, but then one of my Hucksters can clean it up. Okay, well. I guess I lied about one of my Hucksters cleaning it up. I think Burgle is the best of my options here.
Buy one.
Do I want to play Mirror Image? I don't think I want to play the image here. If he wants to send Acolyte into Huckster and then ping it down, it just gives me something else to discount and it takes up half his turn.
Well played.
Unfortunately, I don't have any way to punish him for that. I can actually play every card in my hand except Shadowcaster here. Well, I guess I can't play the Deadly Poison because I don't have a dagger. I mean, I guess this is as good as the Peddler's gonna get.
Need something unusual?
Someday I'll be just like you.
Choose soon.
Put a bunch of stuff on the board to block the pings. And I will just go ahead and get the backstab on it, just to make sure I can actually get the damage. But I'll hold back the effigy since I have so many low-cost minions on the board. Maybe I should have held the Mirror Image to combo with Shadowcaster. Get myself a 1-mana 1/1 taunt. Ooh, the counter spell. Pretty good. I need to use Dagger Deadly Poison to kill the Flame Waker here. And that's fine, because I can still play Tomb Pillager along with that. Since the Deadly Poison costs 0. Thanks to the good old Sorcerer's Apprentice. And I'm still going to hold back the effigy because the Mirror Image is a bad effigy target. I'm actually in a pretty good spot here. I can just kill Mana Worm with my dagger. Pretty straightforward. What do I do with my Shadowcaster? I kinda want to take the Peddler and get more discounts. If I go Shadowcaster Peddler, I can actually still play the Mirror Entity. Let's go for that.
The shadows beckon.
Need something unusual?
Here we go.
I
How much damage do I have?
Choose soon.
15. I actually am going to play the effigy here. Because there's no good way for him to kill the 0-2. Like, if he wants to Frostbolt the Mirror Image instead of one of my real minions to play around effigy, he can do that.
Knowledge is power, and I know a lot.
So I have 14 damage, I believe. I have Barnes into Rag for lethal, Barnes into Sarad for hot plays. They're really my only two good Barnes targets here. Go for the Barnes play.
Tonight, a tale of wonder and magic. Let's negotiate. You concede.
That's nice.
I learn.
A new acquisition.
Too soon. Turn to get ready.
Valera versus Garrosh. Victory or death!
Watch your back.
Definitely don't keep these two cards. Tomb Pillager is really good to just play on turn 4. SI7 Agent's good on the coin, but is it good against Warrior? So if I mulligan the Tomb Pillager, what do I actually want? I'd rather have Barnes, I'd rather have Huckster, Swashbuckler. I think I'm actually just going to keep Tomb Pillager here. Can't really think of many other cards that I would prefer to have. Looks like I'm just going to make a dagger here, and then coin Pillager into Pillager.
Let the pain speak to me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to the coin Pillager into Pillager play. Could have just dropped SI7 Agent there. 3-3 contests the 1-3 Acolyte pretty well. But Tomb Pillager is just such a better minion to have on board right now. And he could still be holding a Fiery War Axe, which is really good against the SI7 Agent. So I'm just going to go ahead and play out the other Tomb Pillager, as originally intended.
Cthulhu is my shield.
So Deadly Poison SI7 Agent is a clear on that. Leaves me kinda weak to Brawl, though.
I wonder.
Maybe Deadly Poison Eviscerate? Seems like such a poor use of my Eviscerate.
Too soon.
I think I'm just gonna go for the Deadly Poison SI7 Agent.
Here we go.
It's kind of a poor use of my Deadly Poison since I had to just run into the Divine Shield. But it lets me develop a board. And Deadly Poison isn't super good against Warrior. I mean, I guess against Cthulhu Warrior they have like Beckoner of Evil. There's really just not that many targets that you want to send Deadly Poison into. Azure Drake, huh? Azure Drake isn't common in Cthulhu Warrior lists, so it tells me that something about what he's doing is a bit off. I think I'm gonna go Burgle SI here. It's hard to use the Burgle, and I don't really want to commit too much to the board here anyway, so it's a good chance to use it. Got 2 weapons, so I probably don't care too much about spending the one I have in play. I was considering clearing this with the SI7 agent and then the other SI7 agent,
Here we go.
just because putting this much stuff on the board leaves me pretty weak to Brawl. But he didn't have Brawl last turn, or at least he didn't play it. This lets me push a lot of damage, and I have 2 more weapons in my hand, so the one I had in play has very little value. Looks like I might be able to just punch him in the face with Arcanite Reaper twice and he'll die.
Do you like to play with fire?
Really, he's playing this list. The Pyromancer makes it seem even weirder to me that that deck has Azure Drake in it. Looks like he's dead here. I can burst for 9 with Arcanite Reaper Eviscerate.
Here we go.
Lights out, lights out. Valera versus Rexar. Let the hunt begin.
Watch your
I just played against this guy. From what I could tell, his deck was pretty standard. Except it had Direwolf Alpha in it, like Direwolf Argent Squire. But other than that, it played, you know, Call the Wild, Kindly Grandmother, Kill Command, Quick Shot, Unleash the Hounds. Typical hunter cards.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Really glad I picked up the Swashbuckler here, so I don't have to go through the painstaking process of deciding if I should coin Dagger for that. I think I would have opted not to coin the Dagger for that, just because having SI7 Agent this turn is so important. I think I like coin SI7 Agent better than Dagger here. This gives me some initiative onto the board, and it saves me 2 health. So I do want to trade the Swashbuckler into the Fiery Vat first, so that I don't take damage on my SI.
This guy's toast.
And then it looks like my next turn can either be Deadly Poison or Forlorn Stalker. Forlorn Stalker is actually not too bad in my deck. Give all Death Rattle minions in your hand +1/+1. I have the Hucksters, I have Thalnos, Doom Pillagers, Sylvanas. But I guess I just play it as a 4/2 here. It's not super good, but I don't really have another play. Wow. Deadly Shot the 4/2. Only I had this guy in my hand last turn, he'd be a 3/3.
You wanna buy a...
I'll hold the weapon here since I have Deadly Poison in hand. And my deck's actually not super aggressive. Wow, that's pretty bad for him. He had some really bad turns last game too. I wonder if his deck is like poorly built and that's why he's missing so many drops. So is Barnes better than Azure Drake here, I guess is the question. I prefer Barnes if I hit Sylvanas. I guess about half of my targets with Barnes are pretty good. Probably just play Azure Drake though. And then next turn I can just play like Barnes Huckster, Barnes Eviscerate, Barnes Dagger. With Nexus Champ Sarad in the deck, Barnes Dagger is actually pretty relevant.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Wow, clearing. Hard for me to say whether or not clearing is correct there since I can't see his hand. It seems like in general clearing there is probably not very good.
Tonight.
In the last game I played against this guy, I think he traded too much.
Thank you.
Alright, it's not bad. I'm actually high enough on life that I'm pretty comfortable just sending a dagger in here, taking 2 damage.
You wanna buy
And just develop some stuff to push damage. I just saw one Unleash the Hounds, and even if he has the second one, I'm at 23, so I don't really think it's that big a deal. Obviously, I hope he doesn't have it, but if he does... He does. Clearing, huh? Yes, give me those Peddler cards. Oh, the discounted high main. All the Wild. Well, that card's pretty good, too. The thing is, like, Peddler is so good here, but maybe High Main is just better. Savannah High Main's like a really good card. I think High Main's just better than Peddler here. Feels pretty bad. I wanted that to be like a sick 4-drop so I could go Peddler into sick 4-drop for 7 mana, but it looks like that's not what's gonna happen. Or that's not what happened. The trade, huh? I think at this point this game is pretty locked down. I would be extremely surprised if I lost from this position. But you know, sometimes Hunter just does 21 damage to you over a couple turns. I can play Rag here, but I have to send in a lot of my board if I do that. Maybe it's better to just clear with Backstab, Eviscerate, and then drop, I guess, the Peddler. I think Peddler's a little bit better than Sylvanas. Is it though? I guess Sylvanas is actually better. think I'm playing Gladiator's Longbow plus Deadly Poison a lot of the time next turn. I'll just go ahead and spend the dagger here. Call of the Wild into Call of the Wild is pretty good. But Sylvanas is just so good here. Like, what do? Just hope I steal Leok? Isn't that still bad for you, though?